Hey friends and welcome. My name is Dr. Heather Cardin and I will be your specialist live today to help answer your questions that you have about our amazing Pruvit products. So as you're joining today, let us know where you're joining from, what city, what country. Also, if you're currently drinking pure exogenous ketones, let us know what amazing flavor of nat that you are drinking. So just as you're joining, you can go ahead and hit that share button. You can also tag your friends, your family members, your neighbors. You can invite people to this page. A little bit about myself, then we'll talk a little bit about what ketones are, and then we're going to get right down to your questions. So hello Julie, hello Mike, hello Wanda, thanks for joining us here. Amanda, nice to see you back here again. So again, my name is Dr. Heather Cardin. I'm coming to you live from Overland Park, Kansas, right in the middle of USA. I'm the co-owner of Cardin Center for Wellness, where I have been practicing alongside my husband for a little bit over 23, almost 24 years. I'm a functional wellness doctor. What that means is we have a lot of tools in our pocket. We look for the imbalances in our body of our patients, so whatever those imbalances may be, and we look to remove those interferences so the body can begin that healing process. So no matter what that healing crisis may be, no matter what their health concerns may be, we always start with a basic foundation of cleaning up their diet, removing the removing processed foods, removing food additives, and starting with a very clean diet, which is high in healthy plant fats, high in healthy fats overall, above ground greens, clean proteins, not always a keto diet, but oftentimes a ketogenic diet, a low carb diet. We are a family of 6. We have 4 amazing young men, and are not boys anymore, young men. So we have always lived and practiced what we preach. So we live a low carb ketogenic lifestyle, again, eating very healthy plant fats, locally grown protein when we can find that, and also eating, again, above ground greens when we can do that. So super excited to be here again after teaching the ketogenic diet, low carb lifestyle over 20 some plus years to hundreds and thousands of people. We know how difficult it can be to actually get your body in the natural state of ketosis or ketogenesis, when your liver's going and grabbing that fat, uncoupling it, and making ketone bodies. So it can be difficult to get there. It can be very difficult to actually maintain that state of ketosis when your body's metabolically burning fat for fuel. So you can imagine how excited or elated we were when I heard what Pruvit did, what people have been trying to do since the 1970s. They made the first pure therapeutic exogenous ketone that was palatable, which means it tastes good, digestible, which means it did not upset the stomach, it didn't cause any type of irritation in the gut, and put your body in ketosis in less than an hour. When you're trying to put your body in ketosis naturally through ketogenesis, it can take some people days, weeks, even months to get there. Now, actually, you can drink pure therapeutic exogenous ketones in an amazing rainbow of flavors and put your body in that state of ketosis in just under an hour. And you can do that diet independent. So diet independent means whatever diet or lifestyle you choose. So I've been with this amazing company since 2015, so super blessed to be here 5 years later and hear thousands and thousands of amazing experiences that people have had putting pure therapeutic exogenous ketones in their body. We start off with ketones. Now we have an amazing upgraded electrolyte. We have an amazing blend of MCT. We have a keto cream. We have Signal OS. We have Signal Defense. We have an amazing adjunctive therapy of products that actually work synergistically with our keto nat. So let's get right down to your questions. Again, ketosis simply means your body's in a metabolic state burning fat for fuel. So we'd already had some questions come in that I'm going to get down and start answering right now. So somebody asked, can you take too many ketones? This is a great question. We get this question all the time. So knowing that our ketones are water soluble, what water soluble means is that your body simply uses what it needs and then it excretes out what it doesn't need. So I just mix myself up some heart tart here, which is water soluble. So as I drink it, my cells will soak up that energy, because this is energy at the cellular level, not a stimulant, but energy for the body. Just as if it were water, you want to hydrate your body. Well, now we're putting energy in your body. My body will use what I need as I drink it, and then it will eliminate out what it doesn't need. If something is fat soluble, like vitamin D or vitamin K or vitamin E, then if you can take too much of something that's fat soluble, then it can actually build up in the body. But when it's water soluble, your body will just use up what it needs. So we generally recommend 1 serving a day is therapeutic, 2 servings a day is optimal performance, because drinking 1 serving of keto nat will will put your body in a state of ketosis anywhere from 2 to 6+ hours. It will vary from person to person. We are all very unique individuals. We have unique health histories, different genders, different activity levels, different diet, different gut health biome, different gut terrains. So it is going to vary a little bit from person to person. So it will just depend, but 2 servings a day is optimal performance. Ketones do work as a mild diuretic. So if you want to be a big biohacker, which we've heard many people do that, and people just love the way it tastes and they forget to drink water, if you overdrink our Keto Nat, you will experience the symptoms of dehydration, which can be headache, it can be constipation, it can be sore muscles. So you simply rectify that by just drinking more water and cutting back to just 2 servings a day for optimal performance. So the other question that we had come in, I don't have the person's name, they said, do you have to change your diet and do a keto diet when you drink ketones? And the answer is no. I love that we're still getting this questions 5 years later because we have so many amazing people joining us. So if you're brand new to the Pruvit community in the last 30 days, maybe you're on your first box of ketones, maybe you just started the 10-day challenge, drop a number 1 down for us because we want to know who is brand new. So the great thing about our Keto Nat, our exogenous ketones, you don't have to change your diet, because oftentimes when I've tried to help people get in ketosis that they've been a vegan or a vegetarian, it's been actually very hard to get in that state of ketogenesis where your body's manufacturing ketones. Now you can choose any lifestyle that you want. You can be a vegan, a vegetarian, a pescatarian, just eat a clean 30, just a low carb. We do advocate here at Pruvit that you eat a clean diet, which is one that doesn't have a lot of processed foods, high in a lot of sugar, high in high fructose. So eat a diet that is clean, but again, it can be any ratio, any macros that you choose. So you do not have to be on a ketogenic diet. However, if you are in a ketogenic diet, there's so many amazing studies showing that adding pure therapeutic exogenous ketones will amplify your ketone levels, kind of like a fuel charger that you put in your car. You're going to raise that ketone level, and that's what I experienced. So it heightens my level in ketosis, takes away that fatigue, actually helps my body not to struggle to make those ketones, kind of like a nice gift that it gives your body. So I get a higher level of ketones, so my body functions at a higher level, cognitive wise, energy wise, gut health wise, sleep wise, but you don't have to be on a keto diet. So great question here that Jean says, why levels of B6 are high? So B6 is one of the most depleted nutrients in our diet. Every time we have a carbohydrate, our body uses B6. Every time we have stress, our body uses B6. B6 is actually used to actually convert our neurotransmitters. So we know ketones actually calm down the nervous system, and when we're calming down the nervous system, ketones actually increase the production of GABA, dopamine, and serotonin. When you look at the neurotransmitter pathways, B6 is actually used to convert some neurotransmitters into things like dopamine and L-DOPA. That's used via B6. We also know that ketones work as a mild diuretic. So as ketones are actually helping pulling toxins and waste out of those fat cells, out of your interstitial layers, which are the layers in between your muscles and your skin, we also know you're going to lose some B6 because it's also a water-soluble nutrient. So the B6 is actually put in the Keto Nat to simply replace what is lost by drinking 1 serving of Keto Nat. Again, it's a mild diuretic. You're going to lose sodium, you're going to lose a little bit of potassium, you're going to lose some B6 and some B12. And again, the B6 and B12 are also used in there because they help communication between cell to cell, specifically in your brain. So they help manufacture neurotransmitters, they help actually balance blood sugar. A lot of neuropathies are actually due to a B6 deficiency. B6 also helps balance out blood sugar. Again, it's one of the most depleted nutrients in our diet because we consume a high carbohydrate diet. That is a great question. So the other question, can you drink too many Pruvit products? I think we addressed that. Again, 1 to 2 servings a day is recommended. If you drink in excess, you can get simply symptoms of dehydration. A question that we seem to always get, should I drink my Pruvit products if they're past the expiration date? Well, the answer is no, because we don't have any artificial additives, any artificial flavorings in there, any artificial preservatives in there. When you don't have artificial preservatives in there, you will go, it can expire, which means you're not going to get the potency that you want. So please don't drink them if you're past the expiration date. Another great question we have here is, can you mix ketones with other drinks? So that can be a wide question there. So you can actually mix them with water. You can mix them with nut milk if you want. You can mix them with sparkling water, LaCroix water. I definitely wouldn't recommend mixing with anything with sugar. So I wouldn't mix them with soda. I wouldn't mix them with fruit juices or things like that. But you can definitely mix them with water and put a slice of lemon in there. You can mix your ketones with other ketones. So you can mix your ketones with your Keto Pro if you want. You could absolutely mix them with your Keto Cream for more healthy fats. You could actually mix them with your Mito PLEX for some more electrolytes if you wanted to. You could put your Signal Defense in with your ketones, so you can definitely mix and match those if you want. You can drink them hot, because the other question is, do they have to be just cold on ice? You can drink them at lukewarm room temperature. You can drink them on ice. You can drink them warm. I just would not recommend that you boil them. So with the broth, I know I bring my water to a boil, then I let the boil stop and be just under that boiling temperature, because you don't want to denature the salts. Our ketones, all salts, they are not esters, so you don't want to denature the salt. So lower past the boiling point. So boil, remove from water and let set a few minutes, and then I actually can stir in my raspberry lemonade or my broth and use it that way. You guys have awesome questions today. And again, let me know where you're coming from. Let me know how long you've been with our amazing community here. So this is a great question. Melanie asked, it says, when should I drink my products? When is the best time to drink them, before or between or after a meal? So ketones are an energy source. So just think about this for a moment. If you have a tendency to overeat and know that, gosh, I'm trying to really control my portion size, then I would actually suggest that you drink those ketones about 30 to 40 minutes before you sit down for your meal, because ketones do something called satiety, or they help you feel fuller faster. So it's going to take away cravings, number one, and help you feel fuller faster. So you definitely could drink them 30 minutes before your meal. There's also studies out there showing that it does help balance out some blood sugars. Those were done by Dr. Veach in 2015. But to help you feel fuller faster and take away those cravings, you can drink them 30 minutes or 40 minutes before your meal. A lot of times people want to take them kind of mid-morning or mid-afternoon when they're kind of hungry time is. So I know for me, about 1 to 3 o'clock is when I want to take a nap or I want to have something sugary. That's the right time for me to drink them. That's why I kind of mix them up. But you also want to drink them about 30 minutes before you want to be the best version of yourself, whether you're taking an exam this time of year, or maybe you're an attorney or you're a police officer and you're getting ready to go to court and you want to have your brain on high alert and be the best version of yourself and be articulate. Then drink the ketones then. Maybe you're going to get ready to do a presentation or perform a Christmas carol or something else. Again, 30 minutes before you want to have your brain be the best version, or your body physically be the best version. So that could be 30 minutes before a workout, 30 minutes before you're on your way to work. And again, it's going to keep you there from 2 to 6 plus hours. So again, you kind of know when your hungry, tired workout time is. That's kind of my general rule. And it can vary from day to day, which is okay, because your Monday through Friday routine may be different than your Saturday, Sunday routine. So it's just like, when do you drink water? Well, when you're thirsty. When do you drink ketones? When you need energy, when you need craving control, when you need to calm your nervous system down, when you need your brain to be a 10 out of a 10, when you need to have your nerves calm down. That's when you drink your ketones. And that is a great question. That's a very common question. It will vary from person to person based on what your health goals are with ketones. So great question. I don't know how to say your name. It's Marusa. Can drink ketones at night, not charged? Absolutely. So going further with ketones calming down the nervous system, on our YouTube channel, on our Keto 101, we have a great 2.5-minute video talking about studies that were done when you drink ketones, or if your body's in ketosis, specifically your brain is in ketosis. When you go to sleep, it's going to help restore and repair your brain and get you into that deeper sleep much quicker, whether you're in a natural state of ketosis through ketogenesis, or you're in a state of ketosis through ketones, and that would be the uncharged version of ketones, or the Keto Pro. You want to drink those about 30 to 45 minutes before you go to bed. So it's amazing to put your brain in that state of ketosis right before you go to sleep. If you're brand new to Pruvit, whoever introduced you to this page can help you find our YouTube channel. They can help you navigate through our amazing website. Also through our Pruvit TV, they can help you find some of those research articles for you. So yes, you can drink them right before you go to sleep as well. And hello from Germany, hello from Wisconsin. And don't forget, today is our 10th day of Christmas. And so our 10th day of Christmas, we do have our blueberry on sale today. So if you got the blueberry, drop some blueberries down below. So we have 2 more days of our 12 days of Christmas, but our Blueberry Keto Pro, someone said, what is the difference between the small one and the big one? Well, these are actually the same, except for this is raspberry lemonade and this is charged with caffeine, and the white package means with no caffeine. But these are actually the same amount of ketones, the same serving. This is a single serving of nat, and this is a single serving of nat. These tubes actually come in our 10-day kit. It's just a different packaging method. You'll see these come in our 10-day drink your sample ketone kit. So it's just how they're packaged in here. So these are exactly the same. If you're drinking this, or if you're drinking this, these are exactly the same product, just different packaging. That's a great question. So Marcy's saying, why would someone might feel jittery after drinking ketones? So Marcy, a couple different things. They could be caffeine sensitive if they drink a ketone with caffeine. So that would be number one. I'd ask them, are you caffeine sensitive? How much caffeine have you already had today? And number two, how fast did you drink it? Are you wildly dehydrated, or did you wake up first thing in the morning? We know we lose a pint of water at night just while we're sleeping through normal respiration through our skin. So if you woke up first thing in the morning and you didn't have any water and you you just had your ketones, then that could actually cause some jittery feeling there. So again, if you drank it too quickly and people want to chug it or drink it in 10 minutes, you actually want to drink it on a slower. You want to saturate the body and not just drink it in 4 or 5 ounces. You want to drink it just like the package says, anywhere from 12 to 16 to 20 ounces. And you want to mix up and drink what you can drink in an hour. So if you drink it too quickly, you drink it on an empty stomach, you drink it if you're dehydrated, or if you've already had 2 or 3 cups of coffee or caffeine or soda or tea, and then you have another serving of ketones, or maybe someone had the Eclipsed or the Black Label. The Black Label has more ketones, it has more B12, more B6, it has more caffeine. This can cause some jitteriness just from over the B vitamins and the caffeine. Just drink it slower, maybe have a little bit of food with it, a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat, and a little bit would be 3 or 4 olives or a tablespoon of some nuts or a bite of tuna salad, maybe a bite of hamburger, or, handful of nuts or a little bit of fat, or even just a half an avocado. Having some protein or some fat with that will actually slow down the absorption, so you won't have that big spike up in your ketones. Or you can mix it with some nut milk, will also actually help slow down that absorption. Here's a great question we had come in earlier. It said, I'm 1 week into my 10-day drink your ketone challenge, and I'm severely bloated, and my weight has actually gone up a little bit. Is that normal? So this absolutely is normal. We know that ketosis is our natural state. We come into this world in a state of ketosis, and then as we age and as we get older, we actually get exposed to many toxins in our foods, food additives, food artificial flavorings, artificial colorings, things like MSG. Our food becomes non-GMO, and other things definitely get put into our foods that we're unaware of, or we're drinking sodas and things that have carbonated beverages, which can change the whole pH of our system, the whole pH of our body. People take pharmaceutical medications or over-the-counter medications that can change all the pH of our stomach from what used to be a very clean gut system or gut terrain. Now we have an adulterated gut terrain, and now we go and we put back in a very clean energy source, our original energy source. Sometimes you're going to turn on some gut bacteria that actually needs to be turned on. You're going to get that in a form of bloating or the form of flatulence. That's going to be very normal. If it's uncomfortable, then simply just drink a little bit slower. Have it with a little bit of food, a little bit of fat. Make sure you're not drinking it too quickly, like we said, or chugging it. Just drink it a little bit slower over time. You definitely don't want to mix this up and drink it over 2 hours. And mix up and drink what you can drink in 1 hour. And then again, have a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat with it, but you give your body a little bit of a time to adapt with it. So if you start in our 10-day challenge kit and you drink 2 servings a day and you don't feel very good, maybe you're in the restroom a little bit more frequently, because ketones are a natural diuretic, and that's a little bit too fast for your body because you have been exposed to maybe, a lot of processed foods, or you've had to drive through, or you've eaten a lot of microwavable food or frozen food or boxed food. Say, gosh, I haven't eaten very clean for the last couple decades. Then maybe you need to slow down a little bit. Just listen to your body and maybe start with 1 serving and do a half a serving in the morning, a half a serving in the afternoon, and split that up. So you're just doing a little bit, and then your body will adapt much quicker. So it's much more comfortable for you, which can be very normal. The other reason that people can actually have a little bit of swelling or see that scale go up a little bit is just simply your body holding on to water. Ketones, again, are natural diuretic. And if you've ever had bowl of water and you put 3 or 4 drops of fat on top, fat rises to the top because water is much more dense than fat. So as your body's losing fat, because we know ketones are thermogenic, they help you burn fat. We know as you start to burn fat, our fat cells actually want to maintain the same shape that they are. So as we the ketones act as a natural diuretic and we pull those toxins and fat out of the fat cells, the body's going to put water back in the fat cells. So it's going to maintain the same shape. It's called the whoosh effect. So even though you're pulling toxins out of the fat cell is going to maintain that same shape by putting water back in there. So the scale may go up because water's more dense, but you could ultimately be losing fat or turning that into more lean muscle mass. The other thing is, again, you're working out, you're drinking ketones, the scale's going up, but you're becoming a smaller version of yourself. That's because ketones do protect lean muscle mass. So you could be turning that fat into muscle. Again, you could be holding on to a little bit more water because ketones also take away cravings. When you eat carbohydrates, we need insulin. Insulin tells the kidneys to actually retain water. So if you're having more craving control and you forget to eat some of your snacky food that you love because ketones took that craving away and you just forgot to have the snack, you forgot to have the chips, or if you forgot to have the popcorn at night, well, now you're not signaling the kidneys to retain water because you're not having the carbohydrates. Now you're going to have that kind of whoosh effect happening, and now you're turning more fat into muscles. The scale could go up. You could be a smaller version of yourself. So that's very normal these first couple months, and I'm gonna say a couple months of transition as your body gets used to adapting into burning fat for fuel, into using ketones as an energy source. So just let your body adapt, be kind to your body, be patient with your body, and amazing things will happen. I know it's kind of a longer explanation, but I didn't want to answer that very quickly and make sure I was complete with that answer. And I love that you guys are helping other people out with the answer. So that is awesome as people are joining on a little bit late. And you can always go back and watch the replay. You can watch the last 3 or 4 years of this that were our timestamps. So if your question didn't get answered, know that you can always go back and look at past lives. You can do the search bar up above to help answer those questions. Yes, and always ask your healthcare provider. Somebody else just said that up above. Check with your healthcare provider, especially if you have an extensive health history, before starting any new product at all or making any dietary changes. Great question. What is Mito PLEX? Thank you for asking that. So electrolytes are essential for survival. Essential means your body must have them to survive. Electrolytes are sodium, potassium, magnesium, things like those. Like our heart runs on a sodium potassium pump, our kidney runs on sodium potassium, our adrenal glands run on sodium potassium ratios. So we have an upgraded electrolyte called Mito PLEX. The reason it's upgraded because it's not only sodium, potassium, and some minerals, it has something called PQ2. Our mitochondria is a powerhouse of our body. It's what makes the cell run, so to speak. So we have something called PQ2, which is a nutrient combination that helps give energy to the mitochondria. So as we give it the electrolytes, and when you take electrolytes, which are the salts, and you add water, you get electricity. So whether you put them synergistically in with your ketones or just put them in with water, because you can mix them with ketones, you can mix them with water, but you put electrolytes into your body, then your body's going to combine them with the fluid inside your body, like the fluid inside your blood vessels, inside your fluid within your body, your lymphatic system. Electrolytes, again, are essential for survival for your body. Then we add the PQ2 into the mitochondria. It makes the cells of your energy work much better, much smoother, they're much stronger. Then we add creatine monophosphate, which tells your kidneys to work much better, kind of again like a fuel additive. And then we add vitamin D3 in there, which is so important for brain and heart health. So we have an upgraded combination of Mito PLEX. And then the other question is, how many can I take a day? So anywhere from 1 to 3. So everyone should be taking at least 1 a day. If you're having a pretty big shift in fat loss, where you've losing maybe 3 to 4 pounds of fat a week, we know again as you're losing fat, you're also losing electrolytes, you're losing B6, you're losing B12, you're also losing again essential electrolytes. Then you may need to take 2 a day. Say that you've slept really well, you know that you're well hydrated, you've had 2 servings of keto nap, but you're still feeling a little bit off, just not the best version of yourself. You don't like your game is straight on. Then have 2 servings of Mito PLEX and say, okay, now I feel like I'm straight on my game. Or maybe you work outside in a hot environment, you work maybe inside of a warehouse, you're sweating a lot, maybe on a road cruise, something like that. If you're just sweating a ton, then you want to have anywhere from, again, 2 to 3. Or maybe you're doing hot yoga, or you're working out really, really hard, or you're an endurance athlete and you're running, 15 miles at a time training for something. Then you want to put these in your water and your Camelback and do anywhere from 2 to 3 a day. One serving would be therapeutic, anywhere from 2 to 3, but no more than that. You wouldn't need to have a 4th serving at all. Someone said, how about more? I'm like, no, anywhere from 1 to 3. So good, better, best, 1, 2, or 3 servings a day. And you'll see they come in different flavors. So throughout the time on the shopping cart, you'll see the blue is just a normal, no flavor, has a little salty flavor. This is a lime flavor. We also have a lemon flavor and an orange flavor. So thank you for asking about that. People from Indiana, I love that. 11 days of Christmas. Yes, sorry. Great question. Veronica's asking, why is my urine cloudy when I take my keto nat? So this is a great question. We talk about ketones being a natural diuretic. They help pull toxins naturally out of your urine, and people who do the reboot really find this, that the urine has a different smell, it has a different color, different cloudiness. Those things inside your urine that are the cloudy are called cast. They're just dead cells that your body's getting rid of, which is a great thing. It's stuff coming out of your, again, out of your fat cells, kind of out of that interstitial fluid, the lymphatic system. So that's a great thing. It's your body just processing and dumping some of that stuff out. Stuff is what we're going to call it, which is just, can be dead white blood cells, it can be dead red blood cells. It's just come dead tissues that are around there. Just think of like you have some dead skin on the outside of your arm, and if you scratch it or rub it, you're going to get some of those scaly skins off. That's also what's coming out. It's also your body breaking down the ketones. These are salts that you're drinking. So as your body breaks that down, some of the salts are going to come out through your urine. You're going to feel that. Somebody asked about your body smells. I think that's a great sign. It means your body's getting rid of it. When people take B vitamins, they say their urine smells or it's a different color and they know they're being well hydrated. That is a great thing. It means your body's not holding on to that anymore. Someone else this morning asked me, I had some ketones and I got diarrhea. I'm like, well, that's fantastic. That means your body's getting rid of that stuff. It didn't want to hold on to it anymore. So it would be normal or to be expected that your urine may have some cloudiness to it, have a different odor to it, a different smell to it. Just make sure you're drinking at least half your body's weight in water. That's why, because we know that 79% of people globally are dehydrated, especially now with COVID. People are wearing masks all the time. They are not drinking enough water. We also know that taking a drink every 10 minutes is going to help wash bacteria out of your mouth. So just make sure you're drinking enough water. I know it's very hard especially if you're having to wear a mask at work all the time. It's hard to get that water in. Just make sure when you have the opportunity, you're getting at least half your body's weight in water in every day. That will also help dilute the urine, help wash those cast out. But that's a really good sign, and it's very normal for your urine to do that. So I would celebrate that your body's dumping and get rid of old toxins and dead white blood cells that your body doesn't need anyway. I love what you guys are sharing your experiences too. I do go back and read all those. So if you guys haven't noticed, like there's so many of our amazing friends here are actually sharing their experience with ketones, what they have had, whether it's been with their health change or how their health has changed, or again, what their experience has been, how many fat pounds they have lost, what their sleep has been. Like Peg says, 64 pounds in over 4 months, which is amazing. Congratulations. So I know our time is just, so Mary's asking, how often should you drink it? So Mary, again, we've talked about this at the beginning, so you can go back and watch it, but anywhere from 1 to 2 a day. The other question was, somebody said, how do you drink ketones with your keto cream? So this is really a great question to end on. So we know that 2 servings of nat a day is optimal. So whether that be a serving of nat and a serving of Eclipse, or a serving of nat and a serving of Keto Pro. And Keto Pro is great before bedtime, it's great post-workout, it's great pre-workout. And what the Keto Pro is it's a little bit less of the beta hydroxybutyrate, which is our ketone body. However, it has additional protein, and it has additional MCT. So our body will take the MCT, which is a medium chain triglyceride, and turn that into additional ketones. And that's done specifically in the liver. So again, a little bit less ketones. However, your body will take the MCT and make additional ketone bodies into it. And you're going to see we have a vegan form. This is egg white as a protein. We also have one that's from a dairy source. So we do have that in 3 different options. But no, when we're counting those, that would be, you know, two servings of ketones a day, 2 servings of ketones a day. Or if I had, I've got a whole box here, or, you know, again, 2 servings of ketones a day. And then when do I do the cream? And somebody said, can I do 2 servings of cream a day? Absolutely, you can do 2 servings of cream a day. This is functional fat. So everyone thinks this is just for coffee. It is so much more than just for coffee. So it is 3 different blends of MCT, or medium chain triglyceride, which your body will turn into ketones for energy. It also has a 4 plex of collagen. Collagen is so important for the elasticity of our skin, our joint mobility, our bones. It's so important for holding our organs up inside of our abdominal cavity. Also has Ceylon cinnamon, which is great for blood sugar. It's a great antioxidant. Also has our C-Med, which is for our DNA repair. You can have 1 to 2 servings a day. You can put this in a chia pudding. You can put it in a nut milk smoothie. You can put it in tea. You can put it in coffee. You can make a biscotti. There's so many different ways. You can do a whipped topping with it and put on top of your pancake or your waffle. Again, so many different ways that you can use this. So if you wake up in the morning and you have water and you're hungry and you're doing intermittent fasting, but you're hungry, then I would say have your keto cream, because you're hungry. You want to have some fat. You want to feel full. But if you wake up in the morning and you're not hungry, but you're thirsty, you have your water, but you're still a little slow on energy, then you want to have your keto nat. So nat next. So if you're tired, you need energy, have nat next. Then when you get hungry, you have your keto cream. Then you have a meal, and then the afternoon, you have another serving of ketones. I'm just going to mix up my hand here, right? Have your ketones, and then you have your other meal. But again, if you wake up in the morning, you have your water, and you're like, man, I'm kind of hungry. I'm used to have my coffee. Then you have your ketones as your energy dip. Then you have your nat next. Then you have your meal. Then you have your ketones. Then you have your other meal. So these are not meal replacements. They are energy source for you. They are to replace that soda or that coffee or that sports drink or the other things that you are drinking, but they're energy sources for your brain and for your body. They help control hunger. They help take away cravings. They help you sleep better. They help calm down the nervous system, better digestion, better moods. Amazing things for your body when you give it your amazing energy source. So again, my name is Dr. Heather Cardin. I'm coming to you live from Overland Park, Kansas. If you're watching on replay, let us know where you're watching from. Put down replay. Don't forget, we have, again, 12 days of Christmas going on. We are still here a few more days in 2020. It's been an amazing year here with Pruvit, as we've launched so many amazing products. The last question I do want to answer, because I had somebody ask this at the very top of the hour. She said during the reboot, when she takes 3 capsules of the Signal OS at night, she has a little bit trouble sleeping. So I do want to make sure I answer this question for her. So if that happens to you during the reboot, and we're not doing the reboot right now, it's because there are extra B vitamins in there. There are amazing things in here to help you sleep at night, some 5-HTP and other amazing herbal blends in there, and minerals to help your brain repair and recover while you sleep, where the AM is actually to get you going and give you that jump start in the morning. But if you notice during the reboot, when you're taking 3 of them, that it actually doesn't help you sleep as well as you're assuming that it would, then it's the B vitamins. So just take a little bit less. So on a normal day, just take 1. Or maybe during the reboot, you love how amazing it makes you feel, and then you go back to a normal day and somebody told you to take 1. You can take 2 if you want. That's okay. So listen to your body. We're all unique individual. We all have different needs. We're all different metabolically. So just listen to your body. Listen if your body needs energy, it needs ketones. If it's thirsty, it needs water. If it's tired and you know you've had ketones, it needs some Mito PLEX. If you're eating and you're still a little bit hungry after you eat, don't forget to put the MCT in there for brain fog. MCT, my last little bit, is an amazing blend of MCT. You can find out more again on our YouTube channel, our Pruvit TV. But this is amazing to have each and every day. Have a teaspoon to a tablespoon. You can put on salad. You can put it on vegetables. You can put it in your ketones. So again, so many amazing products to talk about, but our time is up today. Thank you guys again for joining me. My name is Dr. Heather Cardin. Always a blessing to be here with you. You guys have an amazing rest of 2020, and I'll be seeing you guys next year. Have a great day. Bye-bye.